Good Wednesday evening. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker, and I'm just going to shoot from the hip tonight. I was out riding in my lawnmower the other day, and I thought to myself, why do I always say that there's no good prog music from the 80s? It's not true. It's not true. I've heard some channels say that. I've said that myself. It's kind of crazy, really, because there was a ton of good prog in the 80s. And I'm going to show you 15 of them. I'm going to go ahead and go through 15 of them. I got 5 runner-ups, so let's start with the runner-ups, and I'll tell you a little bit about each one. I'm just going to shoot from the hip, like I said. I have nothing written down. So here we go. Number 15. This was all over MTV back in the 80s. For you youngsters, you don't remember MTV, except for that was some other channel. But it used to be a channel that had videos, for music videos on. In Asia was all the members from the prog bands from the 70s that couldn't make prog anymore. So they had to make prog pop, I guess. You'd call it prog pop. And yeah, so there you go. Everybody knows who's in the band, you know. I don't have to repeat all those guys. You know the usual suspects. They're all in here, including Carl Palmer and all of them. They're all in here. Number 15. Huge. I mean, the numbers on this are probably astronomical. You can look it up in Wikipedia, see how many units sold, because it sold a shit ton. And it had 2 or 3 top 10 songs on here. Fantastic. Didn't make the list top 10 though, of my favorite. Coming in number 15, Asia, the first album. Then there was another one, Alpha, and then after that, the third one that went off the deep end. Steve Howe left, and that was the end of that. Oh, they tried to carry on. They tried. Coming in at number 14, I guess I'm just doing a top 10, but these are the ones that are runner-ups. We'll call it 14. Marillion, Script for a Jester's Tear. I seen this tour. I saw it in New Haven at Toad's Place with my buddy John many years ago. And I remember it being a fantastic show, and Fish had his war paint and stuff. I have pictures from the show. Coming in at number 14. This was after they had already released Grendel. They released a couple of EPs, Market Square Heroes, I think it was. And then they come out with this, the album. Not my favorite Marillion album. That's why it's number 14. It's in the runner-up pile. I'm back. My phone died, so I had to restart it. Hopefully the first couple made it through. Coming in number 13. This is another show that I saw, and I saw this at Toad's Place as well. King Crimson, Discipline. Now, King Crimson had reformed at this point and came back with some new members, but Bill Bruford was still with them. Tony Levin, Adrian Belew, and Mr. Robert Fripp. I seen the show. It was fantastic. And I didn't go out and see Beat because I saw the original. So no need to go there. Coming in at number 12. Or number 2 runner-up. However you want to look at it. This album was huge. Another album that was huge. Had about 4 top 10 songs. And it was Genesis, Invisible Touch. This came out around 86 sometime. Just if you love old Genesis, then this really didn't sit well with you in your stomach. But Phil Collins was in charge of the band, and they were rolling, and they made lots of money with this album. This one bankrolled them right into retirement. Yeah, coming in at number 12, or number 2 on the runner-up category. Genesis, Invisible Touch. Everybody knows it. You know the songs. If you're into prog, or if you're into pop, Phil Collins, pop. Coming in at number 11, another album that was huge in the 80s, all over MTV, just like them other ones, was this one right here, 90125, yes. Yeah, John Anderson was back after Drama. He came back with Trevor Rabin, toting his guitar, and Trevor wrote a bunch of songs. And they were looking for a singer, and John said, I'll do it. And he was up front, and he was singing. And they were all young and vital, and yeah, No Steve Howe, though. No Steve Howe. They didn't have Steve Howe. They had Trevor Rabin. They had Chris Squire, though, Alan White, and Tony Kaye. That's what they had. And then if you saw the Union tour with Trevor Rabin and Steve Howe both on stage together, that didn't look like it was going too well. I didn't see that tour. I didn't see this one either. That was number 11, or number 1 on the runner-up, coming in at number 10. Now we're getting down to the top 10. Top 10 from the 80s in prog music. And they said there wasn't any. There was plenty. There was plenty. In 1980, this one just squeezed in, was a Duke by Genesis. I remember playing this on board my first ship in the Navy. That's how old this is. That's right. And just a fantastic album, except for, well, there's a misunderstanding on here. That was the first time that Phil Collins started doing his pop thing. And a lot of the Genesis people weren't happy about Misunderstanding, but they loved Behind the Lines, Duchess, Guide Vocal, Duke's Travels, Duke's End, that whole trilogy right there. If you put it all together, it makes one complete, like Supper's Ready type thing. Turn It On Again was another Phil Collins song. It was on the B-side, first track. Huge hits. There was a couple of really good hits on here. And they were looking for that. They were looking to change directions. Yep. Steve Hackett was gone and they were moving on. Coming in at number 9. This is the final album with Fish. It's Clutching at Straws. I know this album is a fan favorite for my buddy John up in New Jersey. And we were all in on Marillion in the 80s. It was a saving grace for the 80s for us. And Clutching at Straws was the final straw that was being clutched by Fish leaving Marillion. He'd had enough. They were getting too big, he said. And it was time for him to move on so he could try being a solo artist with Vigil, which is a great album. Some of those songs would have been really good with Marillion, but they weren't. But the album's good. It's not in the top 10. Coming in at number 9 is another album that was huge. Huge. It was all over MTV. It was Peter Gabriel's So. And he had about 5 number 1 hits on here. I don't know. He had a bunch of songs on here that were huge. And yeah, Sledgehammer. I first remember hearing that in the car. I was driving around somewhere, wherever I was at the time, probably up in, this is probably 85. So I was probably up in Florida, somewhere near Jacksonville. And I hear Sledgehammer come on. And I'm like, holy freaking moly, it's Peter Gabriel. No more Lamb Lies Down. No more Harold the Barrel. Nothing like that. Okay, coming in at number 8 is an album that's another album that my buddy John loves. It's Hounds of Love, and this is the marble cover. And I found one of these. This is the one I have, but I have another one that I picked up at a record show up in Clemens, North Carolina, and the guy had $5 on it. I've since sold that copy. I didn't need 2 copies, but yeah, this is like, this is like a $100 record, $150 record, if you got one. And I found one for $5. So keep picking out there, people. Keep out picking. I'm going out picking tomorrow. I'm going to a honey hole somewhere down in Gastonia, North Carolina. I can't tell nobody where it is. I'll tell you after I get back. Maybe. Coming in at number, where are we at? Let me turn the page, so to speak. Let me speak. Let me go. Misplaced Childhood. Yeah. Coming in at number 6 is one of my favorite albums. I'm surprised it didn't make it up higher. But Marillion, again, with Misplaced Childhood. Perfect album. Front to back. There's not a bad song. It's a whole story. It's a trilogy. It's the complete record. It's fantastic. It's got Kaylee on it, and Fish, they were rolling at this point. Marillion was getting big, and Fish didn't like it, apparently. Coming in at number 5 was a band, that neo-prog movement that in the 80s with IQ. This is The Wake. And just looking at that cover, that thing just screams prog rock. And if you're not listening to this, I don't know what you're listening to. What are you listening to? John Denver or something like that? I don't know. Livingston Taylor? Oh, I was listening to Livingston Taylor. The Wake. That's right. The Wake. IQ. This is one of their first albums. And just a fantastic record. All in all, perfect record. The 1,000 Days. The Wake, 1985. The Wake. Smack dab in the middle. Coming in at number 4 is a fan favorite of mine. It does suffer some from that 80s sound. But it's Eddie Jobson with Zinc and the Green album. Gary Green from Gentle Giant is on this album. This is a promo that I found the last time I went up to Clemens, which was a couple weeks ago, and I met the Zonk man up there. And we went out and had a nice lunch. And this guy had a little box on the end of his table. And this album was in there. And they're all priced, you know. And this was priced for $5. It was priced at $5. It does have some scratches, and I'm going to keep my original copy. Just have this just to have the promo. And it's not a white label or nothing, but it's a promo copy of Zinc with Eddie Jobson doing the Green album. And maybe they named it the Green album because Gary Green. I don't know. Possibly. It's a fantastic record. It's got Gentle Giant vibes through it. It's got Eddie Jobson vibes through here. Of course, Eddie Jobson from, he was with all kinds of, he was with UK, and he was with Curved Air. Yeah, he was in Yes for a minute. So, coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is my favorite Kate Bush record. And my buddy John's going to say, what? This is not number 1? It's The Dreaming. Yeah, it's my favorite Kate Bush album. I love this album. I'll probably listen to this more than any other record. And it is definitely prog, and all her music is prog. And this album here is probably the proggiest. Just fantastic. It does have that 80s sound, though, a little bit. Maybe a lot. But I love it. It's The Dreaming. It's number 3, Kate Bush. Coming in at number 2. Coming in, we're getting close to number 1 now, John. Yeah, I know you're at the edge of your seat. What's going to be number 1? Is it going to be one of your favorite records of all time? It could be. It could be. Coming in at number 2 is Nude by Camel. Fantastic record. This came out in 1981. That was a long time ago. Just a great album. I think that's Mount Fuji. It's on Decca Records. And it's number 2. And if you listen to Camel, then you must listen to this album. Because this is later. This is 80's Camel. Fantastic record. Yeah, Dust and Dreams would follow, and that's another fantastic record. Okay, drum roll coming in at number 1. There'll only be one number 1. That's what the picker always says. And I want to thank all my new subscribers this week. I've gotten about 12. And I'm moving towards that 1,500. So help the picker out. I need a couple more to get to 1,500. About another 100 more, maybe. But I'm working on it, and I'm working on Sunday's show, too. I got some stuff already to show you. I got a record right here in front of me that's hot. I got 2 this week that are hot. You know, I might just give you a little quick preview of this one here. See, watch quick. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to be showing that record on Sunday. Yeah. Okay, coming in at number 1. It's Mike Rutherford. Did he write Supper's Ready? Someone told me that the other day. That he wrote the bass line for Supper's Ready. And some of the boom, 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 boom. He wrote all that going into Supper's Ready. That's true. That man, someone said he wrote a lot of songs for Help Genesis. And he didn't get credit for them. I don't know if that's true or not. I read that the other day. Small Creeps Day, Mike Rutherford's first album and his only good album. Because his second album was terrible. He tried to sing. He can't sing. And then he did the Mechanics thing. It was okay. It was poppy. But not this one. This is full-on prog, baby. Full-on prog. And it's got a fantastic drummer on here. Who's it got drumming on here? Well, he's got a drummer. And what's his drummer's name? What's the drummer's name? Everybody know out there? Little Johnny in the front row. How about you? You know? He's got Morris Pert from Brand X on percussion. They've got that. And he's got Mr. Simon Phillips, none other than Simon Phillips on drums. And my buddy John was telling me he met him in the airport one time. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't think I ever met him in the airport. I'm not really sure what he looks like. I kind of know what he looks like, but I don't know if I'd know him in the airport. Okay, that's all I got. That's number one. Number one. Coming in this week on Sunday, we're going to do a fantastic show. It's going to be the big show. It's going to be one of the biggest shows of the entire year. That's right, because we're gearing up to get the top 10 records of 2025. We're working on it. I got it all segregated over here. I got it all separated from the rest of the room. And it's up there in the corner. And it's the top 10 records. No sneak peek right now. No sneak peek. It's separated over there. Segregated. Yeah, segregated, separated. It's separated over there. That's all I got. Y'all be good out there and take care. And, yeah, watch the picker. Because the picker loves you. That's what Mazzy always says. The picker loves you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for all my new subscribers. I appreciate every one of you. And if you want to get a record or somebody for Christmas, you can go down below and look in my store. That's all I got. I'll see you Sunday. Take care out there. Bye for now. Support the troops.